Ever since their introduction, modified Guardian shard cannons have attracted a lot of attention in the anti-Xeno community. What are they? How do you get them? What builds are ideal with them? And how do you use them? And are they truly better than Guardian Gauss cannons? In this video, we'll try to cover everything you need to know about them. Modified Guardian shard cannons are, essentially, pre-engineered versions of the traditional Guardian shard cannons. They are particularly interesting because, unlike regular weapons, you have no ability to engineer Guardian weapons yourself. They come in two varieties. The first variety was only available as a community goal reward, and as a single module of that kind was ever only available to commanders. The statistics on the first variety are so incredibly overpowered that we call it the God Shard. If you are lucky enough to have one of these, rejoice, you have far and wide the best weapon in the game. If you are unlucky enough, like me, to have missed that community goal, go ahead and cry all your tears, as you can no longer get it, and you will most likely never see one awarded again, as it is that broken. Since you could ever only get a single one of these, and since no one can get in one anymore, we're not going to discuss the God Shard in this video beyond mentioning that it exists. The second variety is the one that you can still purchase, and that people generally think of when we talk about these modules. We call this second version simply ModShards. ModShards come in medium and small sizes. There is no such thing as large ModShards, although regular ones do come in large format. The small version of the ModShards is not very good, or rather, small gas cannons are much better, so we will only discuss the medium-sized variant. ModShards improve on regular shards in four meaningful ways. First, they have more than double the armor piecing, which effectively means twice as much damage. Second, they increase their maximum range to 3 kilometers, which in practice also means a lot more damage. Third, they more than quintuple the shot speed, making them immensely easier to aim, especially at range. And fourth, they cut shot jitter, or shot spread, down from 5 degrees to only 1.5 degrees. It's a little bit like adding a choke to a shotgun. The result is a much tighter pellet spread and, again, a lot more damage, especially at range. The price to pay for such major enhancement is not insignificant, however. They have more than double the power draw, making overcharged power plants a common requirement for ships that use a large number of these. They have about 5 times the distributor draw, making them very distributor hungry. They have 15 times, yes, 15 times the thermal load of their regular counterparts, making them run quite hot. And they have to be individually purchased for materials. They are not a one-time unlock. The grind is real. The mass and fall-off changes are roughly irrelevant changes for this module. So how do you get them? Modified Guardian weapons are available at Prospects Deep, a planetary port found in the Mbuni system. You will need a permit to access Mbuni, which can be earned at the Glorious Prospect in LHS 1163 through work for Azimuth Biotech. Once you do get there, the materials required for each one of the modified shard cannons are 1 Guardian weapon blueprint fragment, 5 Guardian technology components, 5 Guardian wreckage components, 4 germanium, and 2 power converters. Remember that you need to pay the material price for each individual weapon. Also note, power converters are a cargo item, not a regular material. You need to buy those on the open market before heading to Mbuni. What are the best builds for ModShards? It's tempting to go build a 6 ModShard Anaconda with a large experimental weapon stabilizer and 6 ModShards. I know because I've done it. It makes for a briefly entertaining meme build. In reality, however, anything more than 4, or on some larger ships maybe 5, ModShards will put unmanageable strain on your power distributor and your thermals, resulting in poorer combat experience. Consequently, if you're planning on ModShards for a build you want to extensively use, we recommend, as a general rule, to equip no more than 4. The 2 best platforms for a 4 ModShard AX combat build are probably the Crate Mark II and the Alliance Challenger. The Crate Mark II will have better Dristo thermals with its larger power distributor and better overall weapon convergence. The Challenger will have higher agility. Besides potentially using a higher power plant, the builds of those 2 ships for ModShards are otherwise identical to a normal AX build that use Gauss. ModShards generate a lot of heat, so much like Gauss cannons, you will want to stagger fire them. Nothing all too special about that. When using shards, you should switch your aiming reticle from leading to trailing. A trailing reticle is just easier to use with shards as it allows you to see where your shots will precisely land, which in turn allows you to forego having to use a xenoscanner and sub-targeting hearts, which is something you need to do to use leading sights effectively. Other than that, they are pretty straightforward weapons to use. Point them at the interceptor and fire away. A common question is whether ModShards or Gauss cannons are better. The short answer is, they are roughly the same. ModShards have an edge if you're speedrunning or if you're building meme ships with ridiculously high alpha strike values. But on a sustained damage basis, they tend to even out vis-a-vis Gauss cannons. Which ones you should use really comes down to personal preference. Gauss cannons are the most finesse, sniper-like alternative. Shard cannons are the more brute force, shotgun-like alternative. And why not learn to use both? They are both quite fun in their own ways. I hope you've learned what you wanted to, Commander, but feel free to leave questions in the comments below if there's anything else you'd like to know. And if you found this video informative and you'd like me to make more, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Glory to mankind. Commander Meccan, over and out.